Well, gambling companies want in on sports betting action in Rhode Island.
And they want the state to take a smaller cut, but they claim it would still be a win-win. NBC 10 political reporter Brian Crandall looks into the measure currently before lawmakers.
Big-name gambling apps claim Rhode Island and its taxpayers are missing out on millions with the current online betting structure in the state. But state regulators are against the plan that's been under consideration at the State House. In the big money world of illegal online sports betting, Rhode Island has so far allowed just one app in the game, Sportsbook Rhode Island, run by IGT. But the big fish in American sports gambling would like to see that solo run end.
A strong competitive legal market works.
Corey Fox is with betting platform FanDuel. Along with DraftKings, they're pushing a proposal to allow 4 to 6 sports gambling sites to operate in Rhode Island. They're among the 7 sites running in Massachusetts.
When you have competition amongst really strong products that are offered by some of our competitors, in that way that we have to compete with each other, we compete with each other on promotions, and it becomes a much more competitive market, which ultimately benefits the customer, and the customer comes over from the illegal market into the legal market and spends their dollars there.
Why does it matter to the state? Rhode Island collects 51% of the revenue. In the last year, that's nearly $18 million. Massachusetts takes 20% of the revenue there and has raked in $170 million. So while Massachusetts has 7 times the population of Rhode Island, they've collected nearly 10 times the revenue. FanDuel claims it has data showing thousands of Rhode Islanders across the state to use their app instead of Sportsbook Rhode Island. And the other gambling companies claim expanding the options has worked elsewhere, like Washington, D.C., which has seen a large jump in revenue since making the change from one platform.
By increasing the size of the market, the dollars that are wagered, the state would see a considerable increase in revenue.
IGT told us they have no comment on the proposal. Now, the state is adding a second betting platform in November when IGT's exclusivity ends. As I first reported last month, the lottery chose Bally's, but only one other company put in a bid. FanDuel did not, citing the state's 51% cut as being just too much. The expansion proposal at the State House would change that, too. It would assure the state gets at least the same amount of cash it does now, but then significantly lower the state's cut on any more income to just 12%.
I keep it at 51% if all these companies are so eager to get in.
Yeah, the key to a competitive market, as I was describing, is partially to have those really great promotional benefits for customers. And you need a reasonable tax rate in order for the legal regulated operators to be able to offer those kinds of promotions to Rhode Islanders. And that will lead to those Rhode Islanders who are still active in the illegal market coming over to the regulated market.
The State Lottery Commission is against it. Leaders there declined an interview, but sent us the letter they sent to lawmakers, with multiple arguments to poke holes in the proposal. Regulators call it financially detrimental to the state. They claim the proposed rate cut would significantly reduce the state's revenue. And the lottery argues it and the Rhode Island betting market cannot support more gambling platforms other than the 2 it wants to go forward with.
You're looking to make money. Why should people believe your side of this?
It's absolutely true that we want to serve Rhode Islanders in order to make money. But I think the reason people should believe it is because we've seen this exact story play out.
The Senate approved the measure in a vote last night. The House has not scheduled a vote on its version of the bill. I'm Brian Crandall, NBC 10 News.